Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropian Live. And in today's video, we are going to have a grown-up discussion about this, okay? We're going to talk a little bit about our favorite man of the year, man of the Manosphere, king of the Manosphere, Kevin Samuels. We're going to speak about him, and we're going to speak about this rumor going around about him perhaps not being open about his I'm trying to put this in the right way so that YouTube doesn't block this video. But we're going to speak about his orientation. There you go. His orientation. We're going to speak about that. And yeah, we're going to have a grown-up discussion about this, because there is a lot of things that have been coming out lately, but the reality is, even if you if you get rid of all those things that have come out lately, if you omit the fact that this video has come out with him, with this guy in his room and stuff like that, I mean, the reality, it's nothing. It's nothing. I don't think. I truly don't believe that is anything. But if you put everything else together and add everything else up, a lot of it is circumstantial, yeah. But if you add up all the other evidence, it's like, there is some credence to this reality, this not reality, but this, rumor, perhaps. I'm going to continue calling it a rumor, guys, because that's what it is, really. And to be in fact, we're not judging him. I'm not judging him anyway. I'm not judging him. The reason I want to discuss it was because this channel is, we focus more on people who are being defrauded, cheated, scammed. And I believe that if he ever came out of the closet and said, yeah, okay, so I am that way, I think a lot of men would feel betrayed, and a lot of men would feel like they had been defrauded, perhaps even of their money, in today's live broadcast, we're going to go live with SUMUMBA, another, I wouldn't call him he's more of a life guru as opposed to a relationship guru, but he's pretty good at that as well. We're going to invite him in right now. I'm going to have a chat with him. Oh, I thought he was here. Here. Ran away at some point. I'm going to wait for him to come back. God, yeah. So, before he comes in, let's have a quick discussion. I'm going to speak a little bit about the circumstantial evidence surrounding the questions about Kevin Samuels' orientation. So funny I'm calling that. So I'm going to be as sensible about this as possible as well. So yeah, we're going to speak about that. So first of all, I want to say hello to my guys. Mickey Taylor, hello. How are you doing? Pharaoh 32, if you're still here, hello. The Objective One, of course he is. He lives in the black gay mecca of the US. Not too many completely straight men would be comfortable living there. Is Atlanta like that, guys? Is Atlanta the black gay capital of the USA? I mean, I always thought it was sort of, Florida, the Keys, the Florida Keys, LA perhaps. I don't know. One of those places where people tend to be extremely liberal. I'm going to add SUMUMBA actually to the stream right now. I'm just going to get him in. Oh, he's here. Oh, I thought he was here. Give me one moment. Oh, he is. There he is. It's popping up. So I'm going to add SUMUMBA to good evening. Is it good morning over there?
myself to third. All right.
It's in the afternoon, is it? Oh, it's 1 o'clock, right? Can you hear me?
All right.
Can you hear us?
Can you see me?
We can see you.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you as well. That's good to hear. It's good to see you. How are you?
Hello?
Yeah, you all good?
Yes. Yes.
Good. I've got a good stream here as well. I've got a good connection.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would do
All right.
this again actually, because
okay.
I normally run it off the Wi-Fi, but I'm going to stop doing that. Yeah.
Good. How are you, brother?
So, I'm good. Thank you. We've got one hell of a delay on our yeah, we got a delay, but it doesn't matter. We'll get through it. So anyway, I wanted to speak with the audience a little bit first. Swag Nation, hello. How you doing? Truth Serum. There are thousands of straight men in Atlanta, of course. I mean, I made the assumption that most of them were well, they are. Most of them are gay. Yasmin Nazir, hello chat, hello UN, and yes, I think that KS is a bit sweet. He gives me vibes up. He gives me vibes up. This is another thing as well. He could be. I mean, what I wanted to do first is I wanted to go through with the audience all the circumstantial evidence surrounding these rumors, right? We're only going to be on for an hour, guys, so we're going to hammer this out, okay? So let's get to this. Okay, so we got this video that's flying around with Kevin Samuels apparently being the camera turning round onto this gentleman in the room. He was asleep. He just looked like a tired guy to me. He didn't look like, it's like perhaps somebody that drives him around town or something. He didn't come across to me as being someone who was perhaps flabbergasted after doing some sort of I don't know, physical activity or something like that. It didn't look like that to me. He just looked like a guy that was tired and had been working, or had probably even he may have been a technician of some sort, you know, who actually sets up all the lights for Kevin. It didn't come around. It didn't look at me. It didn't, you know, seem to me that this was a guy that was, you know, doing anything else other than that. What other circumstantial evidence? So you got the way he dresses. Some guys do dress like that normally. He looks like the type of guy that sort of what does he do? Do you know the guys that read GQ magazine religiously and they just take all the fashion tips out of there and they just boom, and that's what they do. He seems to me to be one of those types of guys. But gay men in general, they tend to dress very well, right? We know this. They tend to dress very well. They tend to take care of themselves a lot better than the average man as well. Yeah, you know, that's something else. His general demeanor, right? His mannerisms, if you could call it that. He seems to be effeminate. Is that what they call it? Effeminate? He seems to be quite that way, in a way, you know, effeminate. You could see also in the way he speaks that he's holding back some sort of rage that he holds against women, right? You could tell that somehow it's controlled anger. It's not just, hey, you know, I'm speaking on behalf of men and we deserve better. It's sort of almost as if he's using it as a smokescreen. He's using it as a smokescreen to hide the fact that he is not just jealous of women, but perhaps even that that he's a misogynist. That he has these misogynistic feelings towards women. He hates women. I have this feeling about it. So yeah, SUMUMBA, I didn't even know you had gone away, by the way. Your screen stuck. Are you still there? No, it's not there. So I'm going to continue talking. Or there's a delay. So I'm going to continue talking. So you've got this. You got the fact that he holds this hatred towards women. All right. Because you can tell also when he's speaking to some of these women that he's controlling. He's quite an articulate person, right? He's an articulate person. So he knows how to control his rage. He knows how to control his anger. He knows how to communicate in a way which is clear and concise. You would never hear him, flying off, effing and blinding and swearing, and he doesn't do that. He's comes across as a gentleman, But yeah, if you add those things together, also with the way he started out his career too. The way he started out his career when he went.
I'm still here.
Okay, good. You're really delayed. Do you want to come in and come out again?
Yes, can you hear me?
So
there's a delay.
I can hear you now. Yeah, mad delay. It doesn't matter though. We're just gonna get on with it. We're just gonna get on with it. So Mumba, did you hear what I said before? What I was talking about? Because at this moment, I'm going through the circumstantial evidence. Because that's all we've got, really. It's just circumstantial evidence. There's nothing hardcore to say that he is, of a different orientation than what he has been talking about. That the way he puts himself across to his loyal Manosphere kings, so to speak. So what I want to do is, after I've gone through these sort of, I don't know, they're quite loose, I think. There's nothing hardcore in it. But you need to.
Yeah, let me do that. I'll come back.
What?
Oh, you can hear me?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You're like delayed by like.
Okay, right. Can you hear me? Yeah. Right.
Okay, so I'm going to read some of these. Actually, we're going to use some of these. Read some of these messages here. Okay, so Melanie, someone commented in Kevin Samuel's that TV interview that a male friend of theirs was dating Kevin. The male had nothing bad to say about him. I don't think.
Okay, so we ready? 30 seconds.
No, you delayed. You'll have to come out.
Okay, word better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's something else. Okay. It's going to come out and come back in again. So yeah. Wow. I did not know about that, Melanie. I did not know about that. Did anybody else know about that? But that could be rumors. Do you know what the thing is? I know I'm going to get a lot of people on here who hate Kevin Samuels. They're just going to come on here and be like, "Yo, perfect. Yeah. This is exactly what I want to do. Let's gossip about him. Let's try and push it out there more. Let's try and push this. I have no agenda against him. I simply want to. I want to find out whether there actually is any solid evidence to this. Because if he does come out, there's going to be problems, and eventually, especially in this world, in the internet world, the truth always surfaces, and he's not going to be able to control that. So that's what I want to get into that a little later. What would be the fallout if you was part of the Manosphere? You're one of those YouTubers, or if you're just a keen follower of Kevin Samuels and you believe wholeheartedly in that, in the Manosphere Bible, you know, that you should protect Kevin Samuels at all costs, you know, and then all of a sudden he turns around and he says, you know, I am bisexual. Would that be a problem to you? And if so, why? Why would it be a problem? It's a good question, really. Why should it be a problem? You know, we're going to get into that later. We're going to get into that later. I'm just going to read some more of these. They line up butt naked with some clubs in San Francisco. Yes, Swag Nation. Yeah, you should go to Amsterdam in June. Yo, it is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. I was driving my car. I had a BMW M3, and it was a beautiful car. 2002 BMW M3 Cabrio, silver, red leather. I had it back in 2000. I think I bought it in 2006. 2004, 2006. 2006 I bought it, okay? And I had my son, we had, you know, I had the top down, you know, and at that time I was living in Amsterdam, and my friend came and visited, and so we jumped into the car, took the top down, went for a drive around Amsterdam. We were driving around there, seeing guys wearing like leather sort of outfits and stuff. I was like, what's going on here? It's like, what's going on here? What is going on? We was thinking, what's going? So we continued driving anyway. We drive the Damrak. We could drive up the Damrak at that time. We were driving up there. This van in front of us pulls up, right in front of us, pulls up. The doors open, it's a blue van, doors open. I think it was about 6 guys that just pile out the back, just wearing jeans. Just jeans, like ripped. They were all ripped, like, you know, like they'd been, you know, training and stuff like that. All tanned up. It's like, well, what's going on? What's all that about? I'm like, okay. And my son's there. My son's only, what, 5 or 6 years old at the time. And he's like, what's going on, Dad? I'm like, I don't know. Oh, man. Oh, those are the days. Anyway, so yeah, Amsterdam is just like that. I've heard him say homophobic things, which is often a sign. Yes, it is. A lot of times, people who try to cover their tracks. Someone was trying to come back in. A lot of people who are trying to cover their tracks will sometimes do this. Sumumba, can you hear us loud and clear?
Yes. I'm on my phone now. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, and it's much better as
okay.
Well. There is a delay, but it's about 3 seconds.
Okay, versus 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Listen,
it's funny. Uh-huh.
Come on.
I'm on my phone now, actually. I thought the computer would be better, but okay. So all right.
What I was doing, I was going
Kevin said,
do you have any other circumstantial evidence to suggest that he may be either of a different orientation than what he makes himself out to be? I'm trying to be careful with my wording.
Well, I have to look up the word. I've heard him called beta, a beta male. I've heard say that he has maybe bisexual tendencies. And then the pictures, some of the pictures that he's posted as being kind of suspect. You know, but, you know, I don't think that he's gay per se.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've seen him on YouTube, and he's brought other YouTubers onto his screen, his platform, that he seems like he wants to get with, female, Asian, particularly an Asian female. She goes by the name of Jenny Babas, I think. He's been on one of her skits. He's even interviewed her personally, talking about what do men want in a woman. So
the Asian lady that he goes on with,
Jenny Babas. I think she's Filipino. She's fine. I ain't a lot. I love the sisters, but she is fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seemed like I felt some kind of he has some attraction to her. That doesn't really say what his sexuality could be. I don't think that he is. I just think I think that a lot of people will read into it because it, you know, it's good to talk about, particularly those people that don't like what he's saying. I think his issue, he speaks a lot of truth, but like the way he markets it and brands it is, you know, kind of problematic.
Yeah.
I was watching a video on him on Vlad TV. He was talking about what is a high value man. And money is important. Don't get me wrong. We all trying to get it, or I think most of us are. But he really attached a high value man to a man. I think he said is making more. I think he says to make it more than $2,000 a week or something. He put a value amount on it. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't, you know, economics in it. But when he comes off like that, then I just like really know it's about branding and the rest of it, you know. And he's saying things that people like Shahrazad Ali, Iyanla Vanzant, and others have said like for years, decades almost. So I think that's what it is. But, you know, to call him those things and to bring up the fact that it seemed like he had a homeless man in his house, if that wasn't like a Zoom hiccup. That guy looked like he was homeless or something. And if he had a homeless man, well, God bless him for that. But I don't really think that he's that. I think that he may give off some metrosexual energy. He gives off the metrosexual energy. But you got to remember, he was an image consultant before this, you know, and now he's making a lot of money off of this. I believe he's a millionaire now as a result. So I don't think that he's that. I think you really have to look at the quality of the things that he said. And even if he was gay, I think dudes would look at him a little differently. I think that some women would still be supportive of him regardless. But I think if he was actually gay and he came out, a lot of people would then start calling him like a Derek Jackson, somebody that's kind of lying about who they are and yet giving out relationship advice. I mean, he's been married twice. It didn't work out. So he has problems just like the rest of us out here.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's what I wanted to speak about, Samumba, because you do have, especially, like I said, I used to live in the Netherlands. A lot of men are of a different sexual not a different sexual orientation. They are homosexual, but they don't come out of the closet. They don't come out of the closet ever. What they do is they get married, they have their wives, their families and everything. The men that I met in the Netherlands, right? That you know, that generally your normal guy in the Netherlands, the best cheaters in the world. They are the best. They will cheat their entire lives and their wives will never find out. Never. And it's crazy. They just do it. And a lot of them are gay. A lot of them are homosexuals. And they just don't come out of the closet ever. You know, they just do their thing on their side. They'll go and visit their guy friend or whatever that, you know, they'll visit, they call them rent boys in the UK. They'll go and visit them, you know, have their 1 hour of fun, go back home to the wife. Simple as that. You know, a lot of them don't wear protection, which is really bad. It's very dangerous. But yeah, I wanted to say something here first. Truth serum. Gay men don't hate women, generally speaking. I think the abuse that women endure is mostly from straight men. Okay, I want to just bring that up real quickly, Simumba, because there are a lot of gay men who dislike women, you know, because some women are beautiful. I know, my wife knows a guy who was in that situation. We went into a party, and this one particular guy who was, I think he was Filipinos actually as well. He's either Filipino or he was, I don't know actually. I'll be lying if I knew which nation he was from, but he was Asian and did not speak to my wife at all. You know, didn't look at her, just kind of, you know, and it was all down to the fact that afterwards, right, his other friend came, you know, spoke to us a few weeks later. You know, he's the kind of guy that, you know, he gets jealous a lot. He gets very envious about beautiful women. Okay, he gets very envious, you know. So you got to give him some of this, you know. He came out with that. Yeah, it came out that way, which for me is not an excuse, right? But you do get some gay men who dislike women too. Some of them hate women. Sometimes some gay men, some, not all of them. Okay, it would be ignorant for me to turn around and say right now that all gay men, right, were always gay. They were born gay, all of them. Every single one of them. I don't know all of them, right? I don't know all of them. But I think some of them have this propensity, you know, they have this trigger inside them where they can either be bi or gay, you know, or straight, you know, and something tips them over the edge, like some sort of, like something which happens in their life. Perhaps they hated their mother and that tips them over the edge and says, boom, I'm going to go this way. You know, they're not all born that way, clearly, because we don't know all of them. So I think it would be ignorant for me to say that all gay men, you know, I know you said generally speaking, they don't hate women. There's a lot of them that are normal. But anyway, so what I was going through the rest of I'm just going to go through the rest of some of these comments. A gay man said that typically down low, men do hate women because they feel trapped and unable to be who they are. Wow. That's a big one, Melanie. That's a real big one. So Melanie, let me just ask this, Melanie, do you think, I mean, okay, you think that he is an in the closet homosexual? Do you believe he should come out if he is, Melanie? And this is a serious question because there are plenty of guys out there, plenty of guys who take career paths which would be damaged greatly if they came out of the closet. And I think that Kevin Samuels has taken that career path, right? He's taken a career path where he is now defending black men. And of course, there is a stigma attached to homosexuality in the black community, especially in the male black community, right? So, you know, you got this man telling everybody to be men. Could he do the same thing? Let me ask you this, Sumumba, as well. Do you reckon he could still do the same job right now? Just as efficient, you know, could he do that right now, even if he came out the closet? Question to you.
Yeah, I mean, he's twice divorced, you know, so, you know, I don't think, right, but he's still giving, well, exactly. So the quality of, to me, it's about the message more than the messenger. Dr. King had flaws. Malcolm X had flaws. You know, a lot of people have flaws. But what is the quality and the content of what he's saying? And I think that his strength is he points out a lot of the hypocrisies of black women or the unaccountability of black women. You know, it takes two to tango. It's not just the F boys that's out here getting these women pregnant and having babies. The women have to say yes. And like I said on my I said on one of my platforms last night, Shahrazad Ali, which is a great relationship person, she said that life is, I'm paraphrasing, she says life in dating isn't like a Sadie Hawkins dance. Sadie Hawkins' dance is like where the woman asks the man to dance. But in reality, the men ask the women. The women generally do not ask men out. The final say, the woman get offers all the time, online and off. But she has to say yes. And that means that she has power and she has to use it wisely. And I think Kevin Samuels points out a lot. Now, the person that he said wasn't a 10, I thought she was beautiful. I thought she was cool.
I think so too. I think she was beautiful. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter what he thinks anyway, regardless, you know, he could say that she's not a 10. She was still beautiful.
Right. And see, Right, and a lot of women are beautiful, but until they open their mouths, I don't really know. Like how they look, it matters, but then it doesn't matter. But could he speak because he's gay on these issues? I think he's already spoken. If he is gay, maybe he turned that way or returned to that, but he was married once. So maybe he's bisexual. I don't know. But I look at the quality of some of the things that he says, and I agree with. Other things in the framing and the branding, I don't agree with. But I think that if he came out as an out man, that would probably tarnish a lot of what he says. I think that he would have almost all female followers, and the man would not be following him at all. But I think it's still a stretch. And I can't see him rushing into a relationship just to disprove this either. So we'll never really know. This is what I look at. I'll take it. Some of what he says is truth. I look at a lot of it as entertainment. I look at a lot of it as like, yeah, you're speaking on some of the real issues, but one thing I think he really needs to speak on more is about some of these men that also make these choices to stay with these bad women that aren't right for them and then become bitter and start bashing black women afterwards. I think that's the issue. That's the issue I've been raising on his Facebook fan page. And when I raise this issue, I'm called a simp, I'm pandering to women and this and that. I'm like, no, I'm a man, I'm an adult. I have to look at whatever I put into a relationship, whatever I allowed, and the red flags. Because see, we as men, our shortcoming, we keep going for these women based on looks, based on body, and then we make moral compromises for everything else. Mm-hmm. We get together with women for the wrong reasons because we don't do the work necessary to know what a healthy relationship is. Mm-hmm. And I think the bigger problem with the culture is now we go to YouTube and we go to these YouTube celebrities, personalities for confirmation and dating advice rather than just picking up a book or finding a wise elder or somebody that's been in a long-term relationship for advice. Instead, it's easier to just click on, and click off this information. But if he were gay, everything he said wouldn't be tarnished because he's spoken truth regardless. But he would lose most of his male followers, if you ask me, particularly the black male followers that he has. And he lose some women as well. So that's my thought on that. You got to take it
Do you know what
it is.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to add this to this conversation. By the way, that is really funny. KS is in the closet right now arranging his shoes. That is funny. Oh my God, what's going on with these dogs? Can you hear these dogs?
Is that your dog? That's not mine.
No, my dog's well behaved. I don't know whose dog that is. Anyway, so what I was about to say, I forgot what I was about to say. I think that he would also, I'm going to close this window in a minute. I think that he would also gain a lot of followers as well if he came out. I think he would smash it.
Yeah,
actually,
because he would cross over in a way that away from our community. I think
he would.
Yes, he would cross over. That's true.
He would fall in line with the mainstream media. Boom! That man's got a TV show. 100%.
Caitlyn Jenner, yeah, the Caitlyn Jenner 100%. Crowd.
He wouldn't even have to think about YouTube anymore. He'd bugger that off. He'd get himself a contract. Boom! That's it. That's what. So that's. He could be thinking. He could even be sitting here like. Even if he's not, he could be, perhaps even using it. Because I know some men do use that, right? Some celebrities do use that to give themselves a bit more kudos. They don't say that they're straight, even though they are straight. They'll say, well, sometimes I've had kind of, an eye for this, that, and the other. They'll say that thing just to cloud people's judgments about their own sexuality. You understand? Because it makes them look a lot more alluring when they're more ambiguous about their own sexual preference. So he could use that. I wouldn't put it down. I mean, he's from Atlanta, but look, I think he's from New Jersey, right? Is he originally from New Jersey? He's from the tri-state area originally, right? Or am I lying?
Yeah. He's in New York a lot. Yeah, that's all I know. I gotta look that up.
No, yeah. I thought he was from New Jersey.
Right.
Well, that would still add up as well. So another question.
I'm from the Bay Area too. Yashim, she says she's from the Bay. I grew up in San Francisco. So look, how this man looks or even care, that doesn't really, to me, it doesn't qualify anything. I grew up around Harvey Milk and gay day parades. I was taken when I was 8 years old. That whole casual, I know the whole thing. That doesn't mean that, anyway, somebody just said you can recognize Chase because you're from the Bay Area, but I don't recognize anything yet, but this guy, so I don't know. I think people are reaching with this because they don't like some of the things that he said.
I think
and he
so
carries
too.
himself in such a way. Right.
I think so.
He carries himself as a metrosexual. I guess that was a word a few years ago. And he's a good styling consultant. Like, if you look at his old videos, he knows how to style clothes, but that doesn't make you gay either, So to me, if anything is kind of suspect about him is how he went from image consulting to this. He's just looking for his niche, maybe he's just a smart marketer, self-marketer. But he's come up. He's worth I think $3 to $8 million now. So kudos for him with that.
Let me tell you this though as well. He's an image consultant, right? He was an image consultant.
Yes.
So he knows how to put on an image. He was married. He knows how to put on a front. He knows how to show people a person, to a perspective. He knows how to create this person. And he has 2 failed marriages. Why did they fail? He rarely speaks about that. And he's in very good, I think he's in very good relationship-wise with both of them, right? With both of his exes. That's weird. I know people are going to be saying, well, okay. I don't have a problem with my ex, with my baby daddy or whatever. But it's a lot of women would be angry or perhaps even a little envious about their man going on to become a multimillionaire on YouTube and to be loved by all these men, after they used to be with them, right? They would be angry about that, and there would be some sort of animosity there, but I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling that he is in good, very good. Perhaps he's just good at communicating. Who knows? But once again, it's it's another bit of circumstantial evidence. Women. Not a lot of when a woman normally breaks up with a man because the man comes out of the closet. Normally, they end up having a decent relationship with one another. Just don't come out with it. Don't tell the kids, sort of thing. You don't know. I'm trying to say I don't know, but before he moved to Atlanta, he went there for a visit and said that gays were the messed up thing about Atlanta. But I heard another guy said before a little earlier.
You're breaking up a little bit.
So am I breaking up, guys? Oh, sorry. So you got a lot of guys who are gay who will go around, who are in the closet, who will go around talking bad about gay people. That happens. You have that quite often, actually, and because it solidifies the fact that they are not gay themselves. It helps them to solidify this image of them being a heterosexual man, and not a homosexual. So that's what I'm saying. You cannot really read from the outside. Like I said before, also, he's also an image consultant. So he knows how to put on a front. He knows how to do this. Why is no one calling him a Derek Jackson now? He's not a Derek Jackson, I don't believe. But another thing, Sumumba, have you heard anything about his love life? We don't hear much about this man who claims he can go around talking about women and talking about relationships and what man really wants and yada yada yada. Well, is he with somebody? I've never heard. And perhaps he keeps it a secret, but I ain't seen him with anybody.
Yeah, well, he's been married twice. I think I heard that he said he had a son. I'm not sure. but somebody questioned him, put him on. They questioned him about why aren't you with a woman? He said that he could be. He said he could be married, I think, in 6 months if he wanted to be. And so that's kind of arrogant in a way, but it may be kind of true, just because he's a celebrity and he says it. That and him saying that makes me think that, yeah, I could be with somebody right now, but maybe it's not the one that I want. You know, a lot of us could be with somebody, you know, married, but you want to be married to the right one. He doesn't. He keeps that close to his vest in terms of who he's dating and stuff like that. I think that it will come out eventually. But you know, I've been watching his Vlad TV interviews. I also heard where he said that he's a cancer survivor as well, and that yeah, and he said something about his father and him going to school. I think he wanted to be an engineer or something at first because that's where the money was and things like that. So that just kind of really made me think that he's a lot about the money, the branding, and all the rest of that. And I'm not mad. If this is your occupation and this got you out of your situation, that's a good thing, you know. But he keeps what he's doing in terms of dating close to the vest. And if he is dating someone and it hasn't come out, he's doing a really good job, or he has a non-disclosure agreement with the person, you know, because, and then paparazzi are kind of sort of following him around. Something would have came out by now, I would think, in this internet age. So to me, he's probably not dating someone, or he's either dating someone that's also very, you know, into being, you know, private about, you know, her life. Hopefully her life, not his life or whatever. So it's somewhere between he's not dating or he's real discreet in what he's doing. And I can't knock him for that because, you know, once they find out you're dating and seeing somebody, you know, your spot is blown up and then a lot of bad stuff happens, as Derek Jackson can probably attest to, even though he's married.
He's from Oklahoma.
Oh, he's from Oklahoma?
He's from Oklahoma, yeah, and has a daughter.
Okay.
I'd have to check that out.
Bill.
I'd have to check that out, but yeah, apparently he has a daughter and he's from Oklahoma. Oh, wait a minute. Of course, why wouldn't I know that? Of course I knew this. I did a video about him, so of course I know this. Yeah, but it slipped my mind, to be honest with you. I wanted to focus more
See, now that's a big strike. If that's true, that's a big strike.
Why?
I mean, you're giving all this advice, and if it's true that he's not supporting his daughter, he should lose several points with several people, men and women, about that. Because you can't sit here and talk about a woman being accountable and responsible, and you're a millionaire, and you can't send your daughter some money. I'm like, your daughter some money, and I don't know how old she is now. I don't know the circumstances, so we got to also look at that. But if that's actually true and he hasn't supported her, or he hasn't been able to, you know, that's something else. Maybe he hasn't been able to because he hasn't always been rich, struggling, and he's been hustling for a while now. His story is I think it's kind of like Tyler Perry's a little bit, but again, I have to look into it. You know, living in your car, that sort of thing. But he's good now, so he should support his daughter.
Yeah. He was like that. He did go down that route, and I think at one point he was arrested. I put his mugshot up at one point. I think his mugshot was going around a bit, and yeah, he had a troubled life. It wasn't easy, but yeah, it's good that he's come out of it. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him, and I love seeing people be successful. I really do. I enjoy watching it. I'm not one of those people that gets jealous about people who attain success. Okay, but we have a problem, especially in our community. Okay, in our community, when you're a poor person, right, you don't have that much money, you end up hating those people who do have money, which is okay, because a lot of the times those people that do have money in our community are either full of themselves or they're arrogant, they're not pleasant people to be around. Okay, but as soon as that poor person becomes rich, they end up acting just like the rich people that they hated when they were poor. It's so crazy that they don't change the way they perceive things because they used to be poor. They know what it was like to be poor. It's almost as if they use their money to vent their anger onto the world. It's I know it's nothing to do about his sexual orientation, but you know, it could be. I don't know. I don't see him being an
Your
angry
stream
person,
is
but he does.
chopping up a little bit.
Sorry, yeah, he does have this. That's because I'm not really speaking into the microphone. Sorry about that. He does have this anger. He has this resentment. I definitely think he has this resentment towards black women in particular. I don't know why. I don't know why. Right? He communicates it across to the public, and he does this on purpose. And the reason he does this is because of his following, the following that he has in the Manosphere, okay, genuinely, right? These, in general, these guys that love Kevin Samuels, they like him because they've either been in a situation where they were where black women really didn't give them the time of day at some point, you know, or black women, perhaps they hated their mother for some reason, you know, sometimes those things happen in a person's life. And yeah, I'm trying to, Swag Nation, thank you. So yeah, I think you get people who are Sumumba's back. You get people sometimes who are
Okay, back.
yeah. Sometimes you get people who hate women for one reason or another, you know, and they hold it inside them, and they are able to continue their lives holding this rage inside them. And I think Kevin Samuels genuinely has a penchant for non-black women. I think if he ever dates black women, it's because of his image. He thinks a lot about his own image. His image is everything, right? You could see that clearly.
Yeah.
He is a person who cares about the way he looks on screen, and you know, he'll date these beautiful black women. I've seen him. I'm like, yo, yeah, I've seen him with some beautiful black women. So, but I think that's for him to sort of, you know, shore up his base and his
brand,
base, and his brand. You know, the archetypical black man, African American man who only, in general, they tend to stay with their own, right? So, but once again, I think he is verging towards a point in which he's going to go mainstream. I think he's going to go mainstream at some point. And
he's not already. Does going on Vlad make you mainstream? I mean, I think he may be there in terms. Okay, in terms of the YouTube world, I don't know how many viewers or subscribers he has. I'm sure he's coming up on 1 million. And social media is powerful. Social media is almost, maybe it's more powerful than mass media. And I'm not saying Vlad TV is the earmark, but if he hasn't crossed over, he's pretty close, I think. But he needs to go on shows like The View and other, maybe BBC and stuff like that over there. But I think he's pretty close right now. And if he were to come out as gay, then he would definitely Caitlyn Jenner everybody, you know, for lack of a better term.
You know what?
No diss to Caitlyn Jenner.
Guys, is there anybody here from the Manosphere? Is there anyone here from the Manosphere? Is there anybody there that is keen to sort of lend us their opinion and let us know? Would you still support Kevin Samuels if he came out of the closet? Would it be fine with you? You know, would that be okay with you? Vlad TV is trash. I've got to admit it. I don't watch it myself. It's but like I said, you know, I think that if Kevin Samuels was, I think if he was a different race, he would have gone mainstream a long time ago. To be honest with you, I think he would have gone mainstream a
Best-selling
long time
author,
ago. He would have
all of that.
had, yeah, all that. He would have gone down that route, and he's a big time success story in reality, because he is a person who only recently attained some form of success. 8 years ago, he was nowhere, only 8 years ago. And he's managing right now from his mid 40s up to now, where he's, what, 53 years old or something like that. He's managed to
I think he's
build
51,
something.
52.
Yeah, something like that. So he's managed to build something out of nothing, really. And that's a beautiful thing for many guys. This is another reason why a lot of guys follow him, because he offers them hope that, you know, even though, you know, you could be 40 something, you can still train, you could change and you could turn your life around, right? You could turn your life around and become that guy who all of a sudden, you know, do you know when you really like this girl in high school? You really like a girl in high school, but she doesn't even pay you any attention. You grow up, you grow older, you blossom a bit, you know, and you end up becoming her type, but she's not your type anymore, you know, that sort of feeling, you know. So I think he's I hope, I'm trying to be careful here, because I think this is going to be demonetized anyway. I don't even know why I'm talking this way for. It's going to be demonetized, but it doesn't matter to me. So I wanted to get this out. I really truly believe that he is hiding something. I'm going to say that.
Break it up a little bit. Frozen.
Sorry, yeah. I believe he's hiding something. Okay, I do believe he's hiding something. They wouldn't care, and it would only be to spite the. Oh, wow! Did you read this one here?
I didn't hear anything you said because.
Okay. Read this comment. They wouldn't care, and it would only be to spite black women. I honestly don't understand why. Their level. Wow, and of disdain for women. It's there. Do you know what? I'm not even going to hide it. It's there. It's there. They don't, for some reason. Either that or that genre, this manosphere, it attracts people who dislike black women. You know, they want to get one over on them. Not like in, oh, I hate you, but like, yeah, we've done better than you. That sort of, it's really strange that it's attracting so many of them, you know, and they come out with all these nasty words. But when they come out online, especially even some YouTubers, they'll come out online, they'll talk, and they'll hold back from saying certain things. And you know that, you know, if he was in a private room somewhere, having a private conversation with somebody, that wouldn't, what he was about to say about black women would come out in a different way. Yeah. So it does. The manosphere attracts those types of women. If anything, I know a lot of people are going to look at me and go, yeah, oh, whatever. But I think Kevin Samuels is not the person that needs to be protected. I think it's black women that need to be protected more than Kevin Samuels. I think it's, you know, but, you know, I think a lot of them are getting tired of protecting themselves, right? They're getting sick of it. They're getting sick and tired. They want to be cosseted. What's the word? You know, they want to be fully protected by the black man. And it's not happening at this present moment. They're getting a lot of, I mean, this whole world, this manosphere is It's a terrible place. You know, it's what it's doing is it's breaking up. It's another crack in the surface of the diaspora. You're getting a lot of people who are just, you know, attracted to the Manosphere because, you know, we are us. They were hated at some point in the past, or they didn't get the attention in the past from black women. That's my opinion anyway. Does anybody else have any different opinion? Yeah, I'm trying to. Do you know what? I'm not personally. By the way, I'm not trying to misinform anybody at this present moment. I'm not trying to misinform anybody.
You're breaking up a lot, brother, and your screen is frozen. At least on my end.
Oh, okay. I don't think it's frozen.
Yeah.
Nobody
Everything
else
is jumbled. I don't know if I'm the only one. I'm not on the chat, but
perhaps. I'm just going to read this. Protection needs to come from both sides, both black women and black men. Does it? I don't think so. And black man, it's not fair that just the black man has to be the rock, that everything from the black woman, the black man needs to rock too. Really? Do you believe that? What have you got to say about that? I'm just going to give you my 2 senses on this one. I don't believe that we should put our women in a situation where they need to do anything. They shouldn't need to do anything. You understand? I think that they should live the most comfortable lives without a worry in the world about their men turning their backs on them and hating them for whatever reason. I truly believe that they deserve that at least. So I think you're right in a way, Music Camp. I think you're right in a way. I think that it would be good to have protection coming from both sides. It would be ideal in an ideal world. We don't always have that. I have met women before, black women, my skin color, right, from Africa, who hate black men with a passion. So weird to see this side. So weird to see it. I've seen it though. I've seen it before, and they come out of Africa. They come out of countries like Kenya. You know, they travel all over Europe, searching for European men. It's super weird to see them do that. You know, and they're like, and a lot of them are. That they haven't been hit with the ugly stick, but they're no oil paintings, most of them. And you're like, well, wait a minute, why are you even? You just leave them be. You don't argue with them, you don't bother with them, because the reality is you're not going to be attracted to a lot of those women anyway, not just because of their attitude, but because of the way they look physically as well. It's so weird to see that. Let's take a look. Woman is a man's helpmate, not the other way around. Men lead your woman. Stop being women in your. No, I didn't want us to go down this route. I was trying not to. Oh, sorry. Some numbers coming back in. I didn't want to go down this route. I'm sure some members going to have something to say about this. But I think that's right. I think you're right. I think that, hold on. I have to agree with this gentleman, Musin Muhammad. Woman is a man's helpmate, not the other way around. The fact that we're actually even having this discussion is so weird. I wouldn't even question this. Of course, I don't expect. Do you know what? I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to tell a true story, guys. True story. So I'm in Brussels. I think I've even told this story before. So I'm in Brussels, right? And I'm walking down the street in Brussels, a dark street. It's quite dark. I'm going to a photo exposition, right? Brussels in Belgium, the capital of Belgium, right? So I'm walking down this street. I had to pick up some cash, so I had to turn around on the street. I walked back up the street with my girlfriend. I was with my girlfriend in the dark street. We went, grabbed some money, literally from the top of the street, and we were walking back to go to this exposition. As we turned around, 3 men, 2 on each side. Now, they were behind us at first, and they were talking, right? And there's 3 of them. Of course, they think, no match, no, nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. There's 3 of them walking behind us, and they're talking amongst each other. I couldn't quite understand everything they were saying. They were speaking in Flemish and in French, and one of them was Spanish or something like that. They were all Middle Easterners of some kind. I'm not even sure if they were Arabs, if I need to be honest with you, but they were from the Middle East originally, right? Maybe even North African. So they were walking behind us, and then one of them sort of flanks us, walks a little bit past us, and says something in Spanish, right? And I didn't understand him. I said, "What did you say?" And he said, "Us Algerians," I cannot remember, but he said something like, "Us Algerians, we used to own you." He said, no, he said, "Us Spaniards." He said Spaniards, which is weird because he wasn't Spanish, right? This guy wasn't Spanish. He was either Spanish, but he was from like Northern Africa or something, probably even Moroccan. He said, "We used to own you. We used to own you people. You used to be ours," like that. Literally, as we was walking down the street, he was walking along. Bit of a random thing to say, right? And we're on this side of the street. Literally, guys, you got to remember this, right? There's 2 guys standing next to us, like flanking us as we're walking down. And as he's finished saying this, he's turned around to cross over the street. And as he's turning back around, I took this guy's head clean. Bro, I tell you something, both of his feet went off the ground. Boom, like that. Took him off, didn't answer, didn't say anything, said nothing. I just blasted this guy, blasted him. Totally just boom. On the floor, asleep, like that. And his 2 friends, do you know what they did? They just stood there and froze. True story. But my woman was with me, and she was shocked that I did this. She was really shocked. And she went into some, for the rest of the night, she went into some sort of shock to see this. She was scared. But I didn't expect her to join in or to start shouting or to protect me or to watch out for me. I'm a man. You get out the way. You carry on walking, get out the way. Let me deal with this. I'll deal with this myself. I'm a man. I could do that. And that's part of what being a man is. Okay? We take those sacrifices. Even sometimes we take those sacrifices from a woman when a woman may be a little disrespectful to us. There sometimes women can be horrible to us, but because they're our women, we have to add a little pinch of salt to the situation. We can't treat them like men. Sorry, some numbers back. I'm going to try this one. Yeah, we can't expect them to be your sidekick. It's all good. It's lovely to have that in a situation. It's really nice to have a situation where you have your woman who will die for you. But I don't expect my woman to die for me, especially if I've got my family. I expect her to take care of the family. Let me do my man thing. You do your thing. Let me do the protection thing. I don't expect you to do that. Yeah, and you know what, guys? It was clean. It was the best punch I've ever done. It was a sucker punch, but
yeah. Hello.
Oh, you're back. Men have no, sorry, this is
Yeah.
music again. Men have no real value other than what we can provide to women. We don't have any value to women other than physical attributes or what we can provide to them. That's honestly speaking. I'm going to let you answer this one. I'm going to let you reply to this one. What do you have to say about that? Because that's quite, I don't know. It sounds like, oh, he's not, he's gone again. I'm going to put on his other stream. Yeah, I can see that. I'm sorry about that. Oh, goodness. All right, I don't go back. Okay, there we go. So, it's okay. Try again, SUMUMBA. Try again. I'm going to try and answer this one. I'm not from this. It's not my sort of expertise to talk about this. But I will say this. I will say that woman and a man are perfectly matched. You should find your perfect match. And when you find your perfect match, it is the most beautiful thing in the world to watch that thing grow. It really is. It's better than watching your kids grow. Being with the right woman is better than watching your kids grow. That is a big thing to say. But when you're with the exact right woman, nothing like it. And I'll tell you something else as well. You don't meet them all the time. You will perhaps meet the perfect woman in your life that will change the way you feel, that will make you feel like you are valued. Okay? You will meet women like that in your whole life, maybe twice, maybe 3 times if you're lucky. If you're lucky, right? You will meet the right person. It's very rare, and when it does happen, you need to grab a hold of it. Don't let them go, because you're not going to find another one. Let's have a look. People who come from dysfunctional homes or where there is one parent will have a misconstrued idea on how relationships should work. That's true. Of course. You know, you learn from your parents, and they don't have to teach you. All they have to do is act around you and you absorb it. Especially with children, it's horrible. And Brussels is one of your favorite cities, really. It's okay. It's okay. I like Paris now, to be honest with you. I like the Chateau Rouge district of Paris. I used to hate Paris before, but when I started hanging around the African areas, whoa, love it. I'm not sure if Brussels has the same thing, by the way. I asked her why she wants a white man over an African man. She said, if you tell the white man to sit down and wait, they will. It's about dominance. Wow. Do black women go with white men to dominate them? Is that one of the main reasons why they do that? I know we're coming off subject, guys, but it's very interesting to hear this. Oh, he's 52 years old. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Let me just go through some of these. Better be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Wow. Single parents are to blame, you think? So I'm going to get SUMUMBA back inside here. It's not me this time. My stream's perfect.
Okay.
I'm very happy about this. Sorry. Yeah, I wanted you to answer this one. I'm going to go back to him. I want you to read this one. Can you see it on screen? Men have no.
Yeah, I got a little delay.
Okay, read what's on the screen.
Okay, got you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Men have no real value. Keep going.
Yeah, than what we can provide to women. We don't have any value to women other than the physical attributes or what we can provide to them. That's honestly speaking. What do you have to say about that? Do you agree with that?
I disagree with that because to me, that's a Western thought. We don't have a spirit. We don't provide spiritual value. We don't provide soul value. We don't provide, and speaking of black men and black women, we don't provide protection and understanding to our woman. Yeah, sure, you have black women that are now based on that level that they're just transactional, that they've been so westernized that they don't look at those things or value those things as much. But if you want a healthy relationship as a Black person, you have to add spirituality in it. And I'm not talking about religion, I'm talking about spirituality. So I think that a lot of times our problem isn't just following Western values, but some of these antiquated, like, no disrespect to my Islam brothers or Christian brothers and sisters, but it's like we follow some of the values that are like just, that really don't really apply to our situation. Even the whole term of submission. What does the term submission mean? Submission means to agree to. So we agree to submit to one another. We get together in healthy relationships based on shared values. We get together for the purpose of spiritual growth, you know, and I'm not just talking about, you know, just both of us working out and keeping in shape. And that's very important too. But I'm talking about becoming better versions of ourselves throughout the relationship. That's what the purpose of relationship. One of the main purposes is to grow, to become the best version of yourself. Now, women that only value men that can provide material things isn't the woman you may want, you probably don't want to be with. I know I don't want to be with. You know, being with a man that only values you for your body and your sex isn't, you know, isn't someone that you're gonna grow with, because he's gonna get tired of that one day. You know, she's gonna get tired of being just a piece one day. So we gotta really, really, like, I see the comments. I go into on his fan page on Facebook, and all these questions just shows me the level of relationship illiteracy in our community is huge. And I say this all the time, like, they teach us how to put a condom on in high school, but you know, and I was taught by a lesbian and a gay guy taught us how to put on condoms and diaphragms and birth control pills in school, because I went to school in San Francisco. Let's get back to that. But I was never taught on how to have a healthy relationship. I was never taught how to interpersonal skills, how to relate to other women, how to relate to other men, boys and girls. I was never taught that. I was even taught how to drive a car and how to swim, but never taught how to be in a healthy relationship. Now, if you add that to what we're not seeing in a lot of our homes, then you have a level of relationship illiteracy. And people thinking that relationships are supposed to just happen by osmosis and naturally, that you don't have to plan and train for that. You know, it's just like anything else. You think Kobe Bryant just came out naturally as a good basketball player? No, he had to practice and he had to train. To be a doctor, you have to learn, you have to practice, you have to train. So we do all of this practicing and training and working out and all this other stuff, but we don't do any work on becoming better versions of ourselves. We don't read relationship books. We don't go to relationship seminars because we think they're supposed to become natural, or we think because we get a title or we get some money and we're ready to be in a relationship, we're ready to be in a relationship. This is just not true. Hey, who says this? Okay, so anyway, Raoul Amenefer, somebody just mentioned Raoul Amenefer. He's a great author. He wrote a book called An Afrocentric Guide to a Spiritual Union. That's one of the best books I ever read on relationships. How many people have read that on this stream? Probably not a lot. There's a white guy that wrote another book called Unconditional Love, Ken Keyes. He also wrote the Handbook to Higher Consciousness. Excellent, excellent books. But people don't do that. People just come in thinking, oh, we're just, because I'm ready for it, because I want a relationship, I'm ready for one. And I think that is the bigger problem. If we are just seen as spiritual entities to one another, that's all that it's going to be. And it's not just men, it's not just women, it's just both sides. So if you're not in a relationship to become a better version of yourself, for yourself and for your partner and for your children, then what's the use? You know, you're going to not grow old, you're going to grow old, but you're not going to grow old together. And I think that's very important, that we become literate in relationships. And I don't see a lot of that. Even the whole question of, is Kevin Samuels gay? Like, that could be an important question, but what about the content of what he's telling people? You know, and I think at the end of the day, I look at it as a grain of salt. I can look at a lot of it as entertainment, some of it's confirmation. But at the end of the day, he's not the only source of information that we should be using for relationships. That's all I really want to say about that. Sherazade Ali is still out there. She's still speaking. Y'all can Google her. You know, come to this channel, come to my channel. Get as much information as you can on relationships. But we need to get out of this whole blame game. It's the woman's materialistic or the man is just about ego and stuff like that. It's all of this negative energy. And let me just say this in closing. I see this online. A lot of women are doing what they call thirst trapping. All you see is them in it with their ass and their boobs out. You know, that's all you really see with a lot of women. But then every other status is talking about relationships or showing a meme, you know, or whatever, spiritual meme, relationship meme. Like, I'm looking at it like, who hurt you? Why do you need all this attention? But then on the other hand, I work outside. I do delivery outside on the streets of New York. I live in the South Bronx, which you're familiar with, UN. And I work down on the Canal Street area where they sell all the fake Gucci bags and stuff. And when I'm down there working and waiting for deliveries, all I hear is these loud motorcycles and motorbikes and loud cars souped up driving down the street. Why are you down there? You're not down there to shop. You're down there with all these loud vehicles because you're trying to overcompensate for something on the one hand, but then on the other, you're looking for attention. So everybody has this whole look at me thing rather than, you know, presenting themselves as who they really are, because we don't really know. A lot of people don't really know who they are, you know, in terms of who they are in terms of their spirit. So this is the problem. Yeah, rites. Somebody just mentioned rites of passage. We don't go through rites of passage to be in relationships. We don't. We listen to OGs, original gangsters, you know, rather than original gods, which we are, original gods and goddesses. We don't do the work. We don't have a mentor. But we don't seek them out. We just think that because we got our body together, we got our money together, you know, or even that possibly we have our attitude together, that a relationship will come. To me, it's just we live in an unhealthy, toxic culture. And I don't want to just say America, but America is really amplified, you know, with your Art Cathys and your others. I forget the other girl, the Marie girl, or what, Mary girl. Like, they really exhibit what a lot of black women are like. Unfortunately, Art Cathy comes with a sort of twisted consciousness, ES as well. And even these women that I would look at like, damn, I would love to be with her, until I really started watching your videos and listening to what they say. And same thing with some of these dudes, you know, they put out an image of themselves, and it's just like, this isn't who they are, you know, Dynasty Mir and others, you know. So who's really being real? And I know that you have to talk a lot on Facebook, on YouTube, and you have to, you know, put out certain things like, you know, Dynasty Mir and others to get views and stuff like that, Tasha K and others. I know that, and it's good to reel people in, but once you reel them in, are you really talking about something that's really uplifting? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like about your channel, because you're really trying to give a cautionary tale to a lot of us people in the diaspora about scams that are going on. But a lot of people, you know, they get stuck at, let me just get the title and get it out there. And then we follow. And at the end of the day, people are following Kevin Samuel. I don't know what his count is in terms of YouTube, but it's going up. And when he has chats like this, you have to be a member. You have to be a member in order to chat. So he's making money, you know, off of that as well. This is like members only chat. I ain't mad at him. You know, I ain't even got my Patreon up. But anyway, he learns how to do it. He's doing it in a certain way. And a lot of people are feeding into it, but there's a backlash. And some of the backlash I feel is appropriate. Some of it is a little like, you know, it's just hating, because there's a perception that Kevin Samuel hates black men, black women, you know. And he says some things about black women. I think he called them ugly at one post. But yeah, but anyway, I don't think he hates black women. I think that he's really just pointing out a lot of the hypocrisies of black women. And maybe he should do more hypocrisies of black men as well, because it goes both ways, you know. We're both damaged. We're both in need of healing and the rest of that. But he speaks a lot of truth, and a lot of these sisters need to just listen. And if it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you, but it applies to a lot of you, too many of your sisters. That's why when women talk about black men, like, yeah, I'm like, a lot of that stuff is true. Let me not be this guy. You know, that's what we should be doing. Instead of saying all women or most black women, we should just say too many, far too many, rather than all, because we haven't dated all. We haven't been with all. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I try to give a holistic, a balanced view on everything. I think that's what we should all be about. Because if he's not gay and he ends up marrying a beautiful black woman, then his stock goes up, you know. But really, it doesn't change the things that he said so far, you know. Anyway, say he hates black women, so whatever. People can have their opinion. I don't think he hates black women at all, but go ahead.
No. Okay. We're coming off subject a little bit, so I'm gonna end this now, because we was only supposed to talk for an hour. Okay, I'm gonna end it now.
Okay.
But I'm gonna leave this last question with you, SUMUMBA. So you don't think he is in the closet? and but was that right? You don't think he's in the closet, and you don't
No.
believe that. You don't believe that it would make a massive difference if he came out.
Yeah, I think it would make a difference. Massive. It would make a massive difference with black men. Like, a lot of them wouldn't follow him. They'd be like, "Oh, that confirms it." There will be some black women that say the same thing. But like you say, he would cross over. I don't want to say Caitlyn Jenner, but he would cross over to a larger audience if that was the case. So he's going to win regardless, because if he wrote a book tomorrow, that book would be a bestseller right now. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Black TV is the standard, Mark, but you know, once you get on there, you get even bigger. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't think he's in the closet. I don't think he hates black women. I just think that he speaks some truth. And it hurts a lot of black women that he speaks that, and a lot of black women are in denial about it. But then I think they're justified in being critical of him because he doesn't really give a cultural context about black men and the role that they also play in black women being the way they are, including absent black fathers. So we both got to come to grips with that. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully he starts taking care of his child, and maybe he should be streaming about that, how to be a better father, how he wasn't a father. For me, that would really shore up a lot of criticism that you get. If he's not taking care of his daughter, if that's true.
Okay. That's respect to that. Okay. So I'm glad we managed to have that discussion, guys. I'm going to sort of start to wrap things up now. Guys, thank you for watching. I want to give you my 2 cents before we leave. I truly believe that it would matter if he came out of the closet, but it shouldn't. Okay. I don't think it should. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I think there are plenty of men of many different orientations who have some pretty good views, actually. And sometimes I think it's good to embrace all views of all those people, so you can make a more, I don't know, a better judgment about people. You know, I don't think that we should judge black women. Period. They're just. I don't even think it's really weird that we're actually having to say this. It's so strange for me to say this. Sort of thing. Right? It's so weird. So that should be, you know, the fact that he's bringing up, sometimes he's bringing out these questions about BMs. It's weird. It's weird, but we shouldn't. And guys, I'll say this, I'll end with this. It would benefit. You would never destroy him if he came out and said he was. It would benefit him and his lifestyle and everything else if he came out the closet. And he knows this. And I think the fact that he hasn't even entertained that side really yet, I think that's good. It shows us that he has some credence, that he does have some credibility, and you know, some that he's a reasonably good person deep down. So who cares if he escapes? So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm going to leave it there. I know it's hot over there in New York City, and Samumba's looking to get outside into the fresh air. Well, the fresh New York air. Yeah. So
I'm going to the gym, actually.
So thank you for joining me, Samumba. Okay.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay. Well, enjoy your gym workout, and I will see you in the next, guys.
They got air conditioning in there.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
What?
I say they got air. I actually don't have air conditioning in my room. I don't have air conditioning. They have air conditioning in the gym, actually. And they have a massage table in this massage chair, so I'm going there. I'm getting an air conditioner soon. I'm going to find a way to get one. So, okay.
Just buy it. You're going to need it.
I need a Patreon. Okay, I need to get a fundraiser going, but it's all good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining me. And we're going to see SUMUMBA again, actually, very, very soon. And guys, I will see you in the next one. Until the next time, please think twice. Terrarbit. SUMUMBA, do you want to stay for a bit?
Yeah, I can stay for a second.
Okay.
I guess just to plug my channel a little bit. Yeah, I'll stay for a few minutes. Yeah.
Much. Okay, because I don't really. I'll be honest with you, SUMUMBA. The sort of, I talk mostly about people who try to lie to the people in our community for whatever reason in order to benefit themselves. So I was looking more on the side, less on the side of relationships, because I don't really know anything about relationships. I mean, I've got my own experience, but I'm not really good at that. That's your forte. So I think these guys, if you could speak a little bit about, about the way, these two entities, the black man and the black women, how we could perhaps find a solution to help try and heal each other.
Okay.
I'll leave that with you.
All right. Okay, no problem.
Okay, take care, guys. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon, brother. All right. Peace, fam. I'll just say a few things. It's 2:25 right now. And I'm gonna go for 5 minutes to 2:30 New York time. I can't see comments. I can't chat. I can't see your comments really. All I see is Paul Koso, who says, "Who cares if he gay or not?" So let me just say a little bit about who I am and what I do. I'm SUMUMBA SOBUKWE. You can probably, my name should be under there. I would love for you to join and subscribe to my channel. You can just type in SUMUMBA at your search, SUMUMBA SOBUKWE, you'll see it. I've run workshops, trainings, and professional development seminars here in New York City since 2001. I base a lot of what I say off the 7 principles of Ma'at, which is ancient Egyptian or Kemetan value system that has 7 principles, including truth, justice, order, balance, harmony, reciprocity, propriety, and harmony. And so I believe that if you have each of these principles in your life, that you'll be able to have a healthy relationship. So I started in 2001 to do workshops on this through the organization that I worked at the time, which was a prevention agency in Brooklyn, New York. We worked to prevent children from being placed into foster homes. So I worked with a lot of moms. The sessions went good. And then from that, I became a workshop seminar leader from approximately 2005 to 2011. And then I've been doing periodically workshops and professional development ever since. I wrote a book that actually is being re-edited and being updated called Dating Games, A Brother Speaks Up. So this is about my own experiences in dating and relationships, as well as the traumatic marriage that my mom experienced for the last 21 years of her life, causing her to die prematurely from a broken heart, which is a whole nother story. So that's what I am interested in, what I'm about. I really seeing what my mother went through in a relationship married to a man that didn't even love himself was very hard for me. She loved a man who didn't love himself. And this man actually ended up dying, I think earlier this year. And he had dementia, he was blind, and his daughter had to take care of him for the last 7 to 8 months of his life. So I wouldn't call that karma, but that's what happened in that. So anyway, not to laugh at it, but like, that was really interesting when that happened. So anyway, so I write about relationships. I've been writing and I've been making videos lately about Monique and bonnets. If you go on my channel and you see that, check it out. Just check out the video. It's just a minute video that I did, but I also did another video on her. I've done videos on Kevin Samuels as well. And like I say, I do live in New York City. I live in the Bronx and I work in New York City. And, I am relatively new to the YouTube algorithm. and a YouTube channel. But please check out my community page as well. Every morning I post inspirational quotes, inspirational posts about positive thinking, also about and directed towards Black people. I have a hashtag called Mornings with Mumba, which is Sumumba. Mumba is my nickname, and then also I do a hashtag called Dear Black. So if you go to my channel right now and you go to the community tab in the community page, you'll see some of those posts. And also I have an IG channel under SUMUMBA IG page. You can add me there. You can add me on Facebook as well, or try to at least go to my public page because my other page is full. I have a Twitter as well, and I'm working on Patreon and all the rest of that. So anyway, relationships are one of my fortes, and I'm very, very much interested in relationships, not just for myself, but for all of us to really start gaining some relationship literacy. And that's what I talk about on my page and other things as well. So anyway, I'd like to thank you all for watching my stream. Please, again, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. But also, please go to my page and sign up. And remember, I have some, I think kind of differently than a lot of folks. So, we don't have to agree on everything, but we should agree on the most important thing. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. I hope to see you over on my channel. And me and Unapologetic will be doing more videos, and hopefully the stream the stream will be better next time that we do stream. I promise that, because I'll be streaming from a more, I guess, internet-friendly, streaming-friendly platform. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I love y'all. I hope to see you over on my page. I'll let you guys later. Peace.